What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video, and I'm going to tell y'all this is as live as it gets video, because I'm filming this immediately after SmackDown, prior to Survivor Series 2023. And why I say this is as live as it gets is the Knicks and the Heat are playing right now on ESPN, and there's 20 freaking seconds left in a 3-point game. So let's see what happens. Bam Adebayo just missed a dunk. Now he's driving to the rim and he got fouled. So y'all don't care about that. Y'all care about Survivor Series. And I will not lie to you. This is the last WWE Premium Live of the year, and I will not lie to you. I am very excited for this card. This looks like a very good card. And I won't lie to you. I also will say, I looked at my AEW predictions videos, and they're always long, where my WWE ones are not. But to be fair, WWE Premium Live events go by much quicker, and there's not as many matches. So this should not be as long as my AEW prediction videos. I apologize for that. But there's a lot that we can anticipate with the Survivor Series. So Bam made his first free throw. I will update you afterward. But let's get through these 5 matchups thus far. First matchup, Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. It was originally supposed to be Carlito versus Santos Escobar, but Carlito is injured. I think this is probably the better matchup to have take place. And I like the storyline progression that is going with. I thought that Santos turning on Ray in the LWO, it might have been a little bit too early, but Ray's injury and needing surgery kind of, needed to happen. And I expect them to have a big-time matchup. Potentially at WrestleMania, maybe more people get involved to set that WrestleMania matchup up. But I think Santos needs this victory. But like I said, I think it will be a very good match, good time. Next matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. And this, I want to say the statement, and it shouldn't be that hot of a take, but 2 of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time clashing over the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus The Miz. I'm going to go through my prediction quickly. I'm picking Gunther. I'm always going to pick Gunther no matter what. He's definitely top 2 in my favorite. I don't know. I'd say he's my favorite wrestler in WWE at the moment. I just always have enjoyed his in-ring work anywhere that he's competed at. But the bigger thing I was trying to say is they're 2 of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time. Are they on the Mount Rushmore for Intercontinental Champions? Me personally, like I said, I have bias. I think Gunther is. He's now the longest reigning champion. The Miz, the amount of championships and times that he's held it, you definitely could take it under consideration. Then it gets to who are the other people you would have on your IC title Mount Rushmore. I think personally, I have Razor Ramon up there just because he never held the World Championship. You always insinuate the Intercontinental Championship with Razor. And then you can just make Chris Jericho, Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, RVD, Honky Tonk Man. It's just Ricky Steamboat. You could go on and on with that. But I think that 4th spot I need to think about. Maybe I'll comment down below and finally give you the answer to that 4th spot. Bret Hart, I don't like leaving names out, but these are definitely 2 men that have a great argument to be on that IC title, Mount Rushmore, and that's for the championship they're battling for. So, live update, Jalen Brunson is at the free throw line, and he makes his first one. Next, for the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. I don't think it's Stark. I think it's Stark. Or Stark. I don't think it's Starks. I'm taking Rhea Ripley, It definitely sucks because this championship reign just feels very, very overshadowed by the Judgment Day stuff because you're more likely to see Rhea Ripley interacting with the Judgment Day than you are to see her in the ring competing. Jimmy Butler took a 3, missed. The game is over. They lost by 2, and they were up by 17. I think they said 18 to be exact, but good effort by the Knicks. So now we can solely focus on the rest of this predictions video. But like I said, taking Rhea Ripley. Next, in the Women's War Games matchup, Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi. I will be the asshole and say I'm not the biggest fan of Becky being in this matchup considering she's a Raw talent. And I don't know the future of her in this, but I do. If this is a conclusive way to finish it, this is, what is the best way to put it? So, Damage Control, the reason I just made this way more complicated, so let's just rewind this. So, when Damage Control debuted, they went after Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. I think this is going to be the end of this iteration of Damage Control into the new iteration of Damage Control. So Becky Lynch being part of it and taking charge and ending the old version that tried to take her out. I can respect that from a storyline purpose, and that's what I think will happen. So I'm taking the team of Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi, because we see cracks in the foundations for both sides, but I feel there's more likely to be a change with Damage Control than the other team, because the other team doesn't have a faction name. They're not a faction. I think we'll see Bianca and Charlotte face off sometime in the future. Shotzi, wild card, could challenge for the championship. I wouldn't mind seeing Shotzi versus Io Sky for the championship. They might have done that match. I don't think they have, though. But like I said, I think Damage Control, there's going to be some changes made after this event. Last matchup, the main event. Men's War Games, the Judgment Day, and Drew McIntyre versus the team of Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and the returning Randy Orton. It has been a long time coming. I like that it is essentially the top names, all the top names on Raw, besides Gunther, all in one match. Big time matchup. I imagine this will be the main event match. I think I'm going to go with... If they wanted Judgment Day to be the dominant faction in WWE, they should win this matchup. But I don't think they want to do that. Like I said, I think it's going to be the same thing that I just said for the women's side. I think they're going to start showing some cracks in foundation, and changes will be made after this. So I'm going to go with the team of Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton to win. I'll say, I got a couple of other things to say before we wrap this video up. Because I meant to say this off the top, and I know I'd forget, but I was reacting to the game. This event is in Chicago. I have wore this Bulls beanie 2 to 3 times on my channel this week. It was definitely not intentional. If you notice, you notice, but I just realized it when I was watching Raw or SmackDown tonight. I was like, I've wore this several times on my channel. I have to wear it today when I'm actually talking about something in Chicago. So, I had to make that note. B, I appreciate WWE for making War Games the event to take place at Survivor Series every year now, because it adds that special oomph to Survivor Series. Because I just rewatched last year's War Games match the other day. It just felt special. It felt different. When you look at the other Big 4 premium live events that take place each year, like the Royal Rumble has the Royal Rumble matches. You're going out of your way to watch that. WrestleMania is WrestleMania. Biggest show of the year. SummerSlam is WrestleMania 2.0. With Survivor Series, the traditional matches I always liked, but now you kind of doubled it up and made it spicier by adding the War Games factor into it. I also always appreciated the brand split, brand versus brand taking place. But again, I was rewatching a couple of old Survivor Series. The shit kind of blended in together, especially when you have people changing brand to brand each year, and then one year they're on Raw, next year they're on SmackDown. It very much blends in. It does not make it feel different. Where with War Games, it feels different and feels special. But I think tomorrow will be a special premium live event. Will there be chaos that takes place after this event? We shall see, and I might potentially be able to talk about it. But I should be here Monday talking about the next WWE Premium Live event, not counting NXT Deadline. Also, fun fact, Dragon Lee is on the poster for NXT Deadline, even though he's on the main roster, because I was double-checking that this is the last Premium Live event of the year. So not counting Deadline, the next one's the Royal Rumble. I plan on Monday doing a fantasy booking for WrestleMania pre-Royal Rumble edition. And then once the Royal Rumble takes place, I'll do a post-Royal Rumble one. I'll also make a video at some point down the line talk about who I think should win the Royal Rumble matches. That way, I get some WWE content out there, because this past week I made a crap ton of AEW related stuff, so I was trying to bring some WWE stuff into it as well. So hopefully we can enjoy this event, enjoy the rest of our weekend, stay safe, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.